3, 2, 1, and we're live. Hello everyone, I'm Captain Oblivious. Welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to the broadcast. Today we'll be covering Premier League games, the Spanish games, and Juventus Ronaldo game. I'm joined by my good friends Tony.
Hello.
Yash.
Hi.
And Volkan.
Nice to be here.
Right, first game, we got the big game of the weekend, of course, is Liverpool versus Arsenal. The game ended on 3-1. I would like to analyze the game a bit at the start. Liverpool started good, they put pressure on Arsenal. Arsenal managed to take the pressure. How long can you take the pressure from Liverpool? So Liverpool scored a goal, and second half Salah scored a brace, and then towards the end Arsenal scored one goal, so the score ended 3-1. A bit of controversy with the penalty. David Luiz pulled the t-shirt of Salah. Salah didn't go down, gave the penalty. However, if Salah went down, everyone would say it's a penalty. He didn't go down, so people say, no, that's not a penalty. So what do you think, Yash? Is that a big controversy?
Well, there's no controversy for me, because as soon you hold someone's shirt, it's a penalty kick. Like, what do you want with his shirt? Do you want an autograph or something? Are you a fan?
People complained a lot, saying that's not a penalty. He barely pulled the t-shirt, but if Salah went down, it would be a straight penalty. Anyway, my prediction went wrong. I said a draw. Arsenal didn't hold up. They had some chances with Nicolas Pepe, Aubameyang. They didn't score at the start, so Liverpool just banked them. Tony, what was your prediction on this one?
Well, exactly what happened. I expected Liverpool to dominate and thrash Arsenal, because Arsenal, even though they had a few signings, they are not quite there yet. They need more work. They need their defense. I'm not gonna say it's okay, but it could have been better. Even overall, though, yeah, they held in a. I mean, Liverpool could have scored more goals, but yeah, they held on. It's a decent performance.
It's very difficult for Arsenal to play good football against a team like that, but I believe they will finish top 6 at least. I predicted them top 4, like 4th, not second or anything like that. That's bullshit. That's absurd. I will set 4th. We'll see how they go. I believe they will beat small teams. And yeah, let's carry on to the rest of the games in the weekend for the Premier League. We got Norwich, Chelsea ended in 2-3. I predicted this one for a win for Chelsea, 1-3 or 0-3 or something like that, 0-2. I don't quite remember. I cannot really recall that now. And they actually done it. They actually won. They faced a bit of difficulty. Norwich proved to not be the walk in the park that I expected them to be. Got a new striker, Pukki, a new striker. I thought he was a youngster, then I saw he's 29. It's alright though if he scores the goals, and no matter what his age is. And so it ended 2-3. Anyone has a comment on this one? Did your predictions come right? Anyone?
Well, mine did come right. I expected Lampard to get his first win, and finally all his hard work is coming to show up now with that win. And Pukki is going to become the next Vardy, scoring 50 to 20 goals in the Premier League.
Alright, Tony, you said you watched this game a bit. What did you say?
No, I haven't watched this game, but
okay.
No, yeah, it was the Liverpool Arsenal one. But yes, I'm glad to see the youngsters scoring, like Mason Mount and Tammy Abraham. I want Chelsea to do well this year because I respect Frank Lampard and what he did at Derby, because I was in Derby for 3 years. And anyway, yeah, decent result. I mean, Norwich kept coming back right after Chelsea was scoring, and they kept the pressure, but it was a good result for Chelsea. They got their first win for the year.
Yeah, I believe Chelsea will have difficulties in almost every single game. Yeah, we saw Newcastle did that to Tottenham. We'll get on that later on. So United game,
Yes, sir.
Yash, pick up the United game. I'll leave it on you and Tony. So Yash, what do you see? What did you see in the United game?
Steph?
Well, I saw that there's a clown at Old Trafford called Jesse Lingard. Do you know him, Steph? Do you like him? How do you
Jesse
rate him?
Lingard is an absolute bastard. The guy is not even good enough for Bournemouth, leave alone being in United, which housed the players like Giggs, Ferdinand, Scholes, Van Nistelrooy, Van der Sar, Rooney at his prime, Cristiano Ronaldo for years, and now you have these guys, an absolute disaster, if you ask me. Yeah.
Well, I would like to
Yes.
continue. For this game was played on details, to be honest, because when you look at the first goal, Shaw was injured. Maguire has to get close to him, and because of that, they conceded, which is very unlucky. And again, missing a penalty kick and conceding at the end with their mistake. I think he played on detail. For me, if you compare this United and to last season, there's a lot of improvement to be seen. So I was not happy with that loss, but the way that United played, they gave everything till the end. That's still the United way. So good job to Palace. They got the win playing with that dirty tactic, wasting the time. But that's the job
Now,
of
that's
the
a classic in football, like
that's the job of the small team. For them, a win is like to
park
Trafford
the
is like winning
bus
the
and
Premier League.
waste time. But that's what they do. Tony, do you agree with this side of the story?
Yes, I'm kind of sad that I just found out that the Luke Show will be out for a month, unfortunately. So we gotta be do with Young and maybe
All right.
Dalot. And also, for some reason, I thought that Roy Hodgson left Crystal Palace, and I was surprised to see him there. And that explains a lot. I mean, he's been in the Premier League for years. He knows how to mess things up. He knows how to play the shameful tactics that Yash mentioned. And I also want to add that the last time Crystal Palace won at Old Trafford was in 1991.
Wasn't
And all
alive.
this gone. All this gone. I mean, yeah, I respect the team. We played well and we fought till the end, but mistakes were made. Clowns were playing.
Oh wow.
Bad things happened. And in the end, we lost.
Yeah,
Well,
you can't change the past. You can only look forward.
exactly.
My prediction was United winning. It went to shit anyway. Moving on to Bournemouth versus City, just City dominating and City dominating. The surprise thing was City scored one. I think they scored one. A second one. And Bournemouth really fast score before the half end. And then just City dig their grave and put them in it with 3-1. I don't think anyone has anything particular to say about this one. Just domination all over. I mean, City
Well,
and the small teams will be like that most likely. I don't think anyone disagrees in here.
what I have to say is that Bournemouth got a new daddy again.
Well, can't do much at City. Money to spend, money spent, and success. All right, Tottenham,
Petrol.
however, versus Newcastle. I was like, Tottenham winning 2-0. Walk in the park in Newcastle. A shitty president, dodgy coach. But they won 0-1 away from home, if I'm not mistaken. Tottenham, I don't know what
Yes.
they were doing on the pitch. Like, it's a disaster for Tottenham, in my opinion. I had Tottenham finishing third before the Premier League started, and they got a point against City. I was like, that's very positive, playing against the champions that got so many points last season. They beat Liverpool, like at the start of this season, and the first game in the last season. Like, I never saw that coming. 0-1 for Newcastle. Anyone has anything to comment on this one? I think that's
What
a very big disaster for Tottenham.
what is shocking is that Son actually played, Lucas played, Kane played, and they still lost. It's unacceptable. But team like Arsenal and Tottenham lost that winning mentality. Like Emery before the match, he said he wish he never had to play Liverpool. But like, what kind of example you're giving to your player? Same goes for Pochettino. He went to a Champions League final and his team played shit. Like they did not give any trouble to Liverpool. They don't have that big mentality of the big team to win, to give everything. That ego they don't have. That's what they're lacking.
Yeah, I don't believe those guys. Those guys disappointed me, and I say now third might be Arsenal, because Arsenal actually shows very good stats against the small teams last year and this year. And this year, I believe they are better than the last one, and they can actually win most of the small games and actually make a surprise in the top four. About Tottenham, I don't know. It's just so random losing to Newcastle. You can lose to anyone. That's pity. Anyway, let's move on to the Spanish league. We've got Real Madrid versus Valladolid in a 1-1 situation, like disaster for Real, if you ask me. That draw is equal with a loss. What did Valladolid barely survive the league last season? They barely managed to not get relegated, and Real having one chance after the other. However, they didn't have the classic chance that your player goes 1-1 with the keeper, or there's so many shots from the inside the area straight. It was some diagonal shots from Bale, some shots outside the area from James. A lot of crosses in, but many inaccurate. And the ones they hit, it was only one with James was actually a very good possibility to score. Other than that, second half, Benzema scores an incredible goal, turning around and shooting it. Valladolid played the pass very good. Wasted all the time at the end like they're supposed to do. Valladolid came back, scored a goal, made it 1-1. I don't understand why Real didn't defend after they scored at nearly the end of the game. You're supposed to defend the score and just take the 3 points. Why not? They try to play it cool and score more goals, and they got proper raped there at the end. Anyone has any comments on this one? I mean, it's a surprise as well.
Well, you can see all those rumors are going around with Real Madrid trying to give one final attempt to bring in Neymar. This just shows that they don't have this faith in Hazard, because he's not the player you put in to go direct for goal. He's not a direct replacement for Ronaldo. I believe the only two players that can actually fit in that spot are the PSG players, being Neymar and Mbappe. And right now, Mbappe looks very unlikely, since he has PSG all for himself. Cavani is leaving next season. He is the main striker right now. And for Neymar goes, he might be able to go to Madrid, but I still believe that he's a bigger favorite to go to Barcelona, since he already knows the club and he has been there before. Yes. No hard feelings to Benzema. I believe he's a good player. His goal was very good. He stood with his back turned to the goal, which was actually, you need a good eye for that. But still, they need to put those chances in, and it was the same problem last season, that they did not have that player. And I don't believe Hazard he's a very good player when he's in form, but I don't believe he's the goal machine that Real Madrid are looking for.
Yes. Yeah, you need a player better at attacking positioning, most likely. Because they didn't have the clear chance that you say, shit, this guy missed this huge chance to score a goal. No, they didn't have that, which either means the other team is very good defending, or your team doesn't have the attacking positioning to create a trouble. Because Ronaldo, what does Ronaldo have that helped Real? It was attacking positioning. They say, he scored most goals by tapping in there. Like, no, that's not reality. You need to have the vision to stand there the first place to get at that position, otherwise everyone will do it. So yeah, anyway, let's see how Real does from now on. I think they end third, in the league, and then first, second, it will be either Atletico, Barcelona. We'll see how that goes. Next, talking about the devil, Atletico Madrid versus Leganes away from home. They scored 1-0. Atletico took the 3 points again, another 1-0 victory. I mean, it's difficult to deny Atletico. They're doing good. 2 games to win so far. They stay consistent with their wins. And then the last game, we have Barcelona versus Betis. I scored this one as a draw. It's a 5-2 crazy game. Betis scored first, but then Barcelona just did Barcelona there. Griezmann scored a brace against the Giants Betis. And what do you have to say about this one, Yash?
Well, I told you about Griezmann that he's at his peak right now, and it's good that they signed him. But like you said, it's a mighty Betis. They win.
Yeah, the mighty Betis, like winning Champions League every year, like.
Exactly. But I think when they're going to face big team, the true colors of Barcelona are going to show up, like the lacking they have because of their clueless manager, Valverde.
It depends if Messi plays. Was Messi, by the way, is he injured?
Yes, he is injured. He was able to play. Yes.
Continue.
Oh, he was able to play, but only a handful of minutes. He's still out with injury, but he was there at the stadium yesterday watching the game.
I think since Barcelona is based around that certain player, as soon as he comes back and play around him, it will be a better situation than it is now. Not that they're playing bad, but we don't know how good can they do against a side like Atletico, for example. Yeah, but Atletico, maybe Bilbao and Valencia will bring challenge. Sevilla maybe will bring a challenge to Barcelona. If they don't have Messi, I think they'll be in huge trouble against those teams. But yeah, I guess it's hard to deny them. Anyway, last game, we didn't mention it in the slideshow, unfortunately. It's in the Serie A, Parma versus Juventus. Volkan is going to talk about this one. He watched the game in full. And Volkan.
The game yesterday. Sorry?
Nothing. Continue.
All right. The game yesterday, it was quite. I believe it was going back and forward a lot. It was Juventus mainly sitting on the game. The goal Chiellini scored, it came after a failed attempt from Parma. They tried to clear the corner. Juventus got back. Very random ball in the box, which Chiellini scored. Not so much time after Ronaldo scored a goal too, but he was unfortunately ruled offside. I think that would have changed the game more, maybe left more holes in the Parma defense, and of course Juventus being able to counter very easily. That did not happen. The game was very, very stable. It was like Juventus did not want to risk anything. Parma, it was like, all right, we lose 1-0. It's our first game. We play against the champions. We take this one, and then we just go straight into the next game. Of course, there's no shame in losing Juventus, especially if you're a club in Serie A. So, very balanced game, but for the neutral fans and Parma fans, probably one of the most boring games ever.
I would like to talk about the Juventus game in two parts of it. Like, first, I don't think you should put Ronaldo and Higuain in the same first 11. I think if you base your game, it's gonna be based on one of them and not split on them. Like I would prefer Dybala and try to combine with Ronaldo instead of Higuain and Ronaldo. You have 2 scorers there, so it's kind of. For me, at least, I don't know. I'm not a manager. I'm not Sarri. You know, like he's taking the decisions. I believe he knows better than me, maybe.
Yes.
And I'm just saying my own opinion how I would work it. And then Ronaldo's goal. He scored a goal and they disallowed it. I believe if he cut his fingernails, he wouldn't be offside. Like it was like 2 centimeters. So it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I mean, if there was no VAR, he would just take the goal. But since it's there, but it's very dodgy, I would say. But yeah. Anyone else have
Yes.
anything to say?
Yeah, I believe that I partially agree with you that Ronaldo and Higuain they just don't fit together, mainly because you have to base your game around them. But last season, Allegri did actually try with Ronaldo and Dybala, and did not go so well because both of them, they're players that want to score. You don't see them passing each other. There was from time to time Ronaldo giving a couple of assists, but you can still see he's taking a lot of shots. And Dybala is this type of player that he wants to dribble around the box, like he wants to get in, take some shots. He's not going to look for Ronaldo when he has the ball. That's the main issue. So Sarri and Allegri for the last part of the season had to pick one of them. And obviously, it's going to be Ronaldo. They did not buy him for nothing. So I believe if there's a player you want to base your game around, I believe it should be Mandzukic. You could put the ball on the pitch, but he has to have a more deeper role, probably in midfield, where he's in the build-up phase and not in the attacking phase. But I believe the only player right now capable of playing striker, aside with Ronaldo, I believe it should be Mandzukic. He's the only player that can actually let another striker in the team, let another striker play his game. He's not going to ask for the ball too much. You can cross it to him from time to time. He's good at holding the ball, waiting for Ronaldo to make those runs in behind. But as you said, Higuain and Ronaldo, I don't think it will work well. But I don't believe Dybala either is going to be too good.
I think Dybala is like the guy. You can play Ronaldo alone as a striker. You can't do that with Dybala. I mean, Dybala should make like amends and just be more as a team player. Otherwise, just leave. There's no point sitting on the bench the whole season. I don't see the point. Anyway, any of you guys have anything else to add to the podcast?
So Volkan, what you mean is you want Dybala to be submissive like Mandzukic?
Well, I believe if Dybala wants to find his space in Juventus, like a position for him, he has to be
Submissive.
I'm trying to look for another word, but kinda yes. He has to make those balls for Ronaldo because he is able to do it, but he right now, as I see it, he doesn't want to. Like he's the player that wants the ball in box so he can shoot. He's not going to look for anyone else. This is the type of player he is.
He wants to be the alpha male.
Well, he's not going to be an alpha man in that team right now. I can promise you that. But I believe Mandzukic is the perfect player, or the ball. If you can just tell him, like, listen, you're the one that has to cross the ball, pass it around the play, stay behind Ronaldo, watch the goal show.
Don't try to be a man.
Yeah, he can still score. Like Bale would still get 20 goals even if Ronaldo was there. I mean, like. You just have to be a team player. That's all it has to be. Even Ronaldo had 16 assists last season, around that number. So it's not impossible to be a team player. But yeah, anyway.
A lot of those assists were to Bonucci and Chiellini, they were just saying, and Mandzukic. It was not to Dybala.
Dybala, yeah, because if you don't pass, you might not get a pass, maybe.
Yeah.
He gets so much time on the pitch. Anyway, anything else to say? Anyone?
This is ASMR podcast.
Put it up your ass. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching the podcast today. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, share it with any friends, and put the notifications on. It's a small link next to subscribe. Don't miss that one. And see you later.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along.